What is up, guys? Wraith here, Graybearded Gaming Society. We're back on our buddy Stink. We're still actually sitting at the spires because we actually camped here, but we're not actually still working on Cordelia, even though there she is. I actually, honestly, not even sure if anybody else is beating her up. Like I said, we were actually just camped out here. We did pick up 25 in our last play session. We really haven't padded it much, but we have, like I said, we did pick up 25. We ran over to the gypsies and sold all the other pieces we have, which got us a decent chunk of platinum. I can't remember exactly how much we were already carrying. But we did pretty decent at the department. Like I said, she can drop up to a couple plat, and then we made like a handful of plat off of the leather we sold. And honestly, we made a handful of plat really just sitting here and medding because people would donate for a sew and people would donate for some buffs. So every now and again we'd do a sew or regen and make some cash that way. So all in all, not a horrible spot to be in. But this time around, aside from this giant clickety clackety of a borer beetle running up right behind us here, it looks like it's like halfway damaged. So apparently he got away from a bard. And there goes a bard. So apparently he got away from the bard at some point. But anyway, we're actually on today. We were chatting last night while we were playing with a friend of the channel and a buddy that we've grouped with before, Tiladon the Knight, and we're going to try to group up with him some today, see what kind of adventures and trouble that we can get into. So stick around, guys. We're going to get hooked up with Tiladon, find out some adventures, and I'll check back with you guys here in a little bit once we figure out what we're going to do. All right, guys. So as you can see, we have decided to come back and get a little vengeance on these pesky skeletons and Wrath. We actually tried running through South Corona first, getting some KFC action, but unfortunately there's a couple people in the area, but one of the worst possible things, unfortunately, that can happen in the area is like almost every chicken on the ground was an avocet, and those guys are a handful to deal with. So we decided to try something else. So we ran out here, and we're going to try to get some vengeance back on these guys. So let's get some footage of some of our adventures, and hopefully we keep this on the up and up. So stick around, guys. Gonna jump in back and forth, let you guys know how it goes. Well, gang, as you can see, our Wrath adventure did not quite go to plan. Unfortunately, we got there. We had like a quick skeleton. We were like, this is gonna work. We got a pretty good spot. No more skeletons to be had. We actually ran around kind of in that area, and there was two other people already there running around, kind of doing some stuff a little bit bigger than we were. And one of them was an enchanter big enough that her pet was handling the skeleton. So I'm not even quite sure if she was really getting much experience with that. But anyway, so we decided to run back across. Was like, we'll try, Kazakh Duel. It's close enough. We jumped in. We ran across Wrath, made it into the Farrat. We're running across and pulled aggro somehow from a dark assassin somewhere. So the corpse run is on, and we will check back in when we can figure out what part of the river that we lost the corpses in. So stick around. The adventure continues. Unfortunately, like I feel like I've been like just a bad luck today because everywhere that we've tried has just has not worked out. But let me go find this body of mine here and see what we can get done, and we'll check back in with you guys in a few minutes. Your time, pretty quick my time, or other way around. Pretty quick your time, probably while my time. But stick around, guys. We'll be back here in a minute. So that is the guy right there that got us. Super bright red, standing right in the middle of nowhere for no whatever reason. Apparently he went back to kind of wherever his spawn point area was. And looking this guy up, he is gigantic compared to everything else around here. So yeah, that's what happened to us. Still on the corpse run. Gonna give it a few minutes here. Like I said, I managed to see this guy before he saw us. But yeah, he's the one who just wiped us out. So yeah. Okie dokie. We have recovered corpses. We have rebuffed. And now we were heading finally into where we originally planned to go in the Skazak Thul. See if we can get into some trouble in here. Now, I have actually not been to Kazakh Thul in this iteration of playthrough, to be honest with you. I was never one that I did really, really early on, and mostly that would be why. Lots and lots of dead people. Lots of dead people. But yeah, let's give us a few minutes, get set back up again, see how we do. I think I should be able to shrink in here to get out of people's way. We'll see how it goes. And we'll bring you guys up to speed on some action once we get things rolling. Well, the adventure for the day, unfortunately, did not go entirely as we had hoped. Like I said, we tried several spots and just I don't know whether I didn't even check to see how many people are actually on today, so I don't know whether it's just like a super busy day or whether it's just this level range is kind of packed up right now. But like I said, a lot of the places we went to early were just, like I said, just kind of packed up. Like I said, chickens were backed up. There's lots of people around South Karana. We ran by the spires. Those were of course all full and all that kind of stuff. So tried Wrath Mountains. A somewhat out of the way place, at least comparatively. Like we weren't trying to do giants or anything obviously this size, but even that range had several little groups of people trying to do stuff. So we got a little bit of stuff done over here. Like I said, in Kazakh Thul, I'm like just like a smidgen, anything basically to get my level back. So I mean, we still managed to get in some decent fighting and some decent kills. It was just kind of a hard time. If anything got back out of the room, we kind of had a hard time. But then something came up and Tiladon had to bounce. But it was still a great time. I said I love it when I just get to hang out in group, especially with friends of the channel, so to speak. When people want to hang out, it's always awesome. So it's always very welcome adventure days, and plus it's just a great way to spend a Saturday. So got all the chores done this morning, goofed off this afternoon. That to me, in and of itself, is a win. But I think we're going to call it here for the day. I think before I get in too much trouble, I need to run around and see how the family is doing. But as always, guys, if you like what we're doing, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Stay safe, stay distant, and stay in EverQuest, guys. We'll see you next time.